Hello, welcome to my channel. This is Baklava Maora. Today I'm making a traditional Albanian dish, summer dish. It's called fli, which is made with cornmeal. Today I'm preparing it with green scallions, summer onions, and spinach, thawed and squeezed with a tablespoon of salt combined together, and with 2 eggs. Mix it, put it to the side. In the other bowl, you take 2 cups of cornmeal, white cornmeal. I'm using this dish. You can use yellow cornmeal, so about 2 cups of that. Then you take a tablespoon of baking powder, tablespoon of salt. I'm using Himalayan salt. You can use kosher salt for this. We're gonna mix these together, all the dry ingredients. Then we got our wet ingredients combined with half a cup of yogurt. I made homemade yogurt, so you can use your own plain yogurt bought, or you can make your own, whichever is in your fridge, with 1 cup of cold water, not hot, cold water. You mix this together, and your baking powder is going to activate, so it's going to get very bubbly. With that said, you need a cast iron, really heavy dish, a cast iron. You preheat your oven at 350, and then we put 1 cup of white flour, all-purpose flour, to this mixture too. And this is going to be our base. We're going to butter all our cast iron all around and the bottom, grease it well. And then you're going to flatten all this mixture of the cornmeal. Once you butter all the cast iron all around, as you can see, I'm going to put our layer of cornmeal at the bottom and pat it with a spoon down. Make sure it's all even thickness, not one side thick and the other side is thin. So make sure I bowl it and so it's all even. And then we are going to put our spinach and our scallions mixture in there as well over the base. So we are going to also add our feta on top of our spinach and green scallions. That's what makes the dish much flavorful and much delicious. So you flatten it with a rubber spatula, make sure it's all even all around. Now before you do that, make sure your oven is heated. Do not put your cornmeal in there, and cornbread or fli, whatever you want to call it. We'll put it in all even, our scallions on top, and we pat it dry and damp with this fork. We just dab it down so it's almost like incorporated inside the actual cornmeal. And then we're going to crumble some feta on top. Here I have a half block. So for this amount of pan, this big pan, you just put like half a block all crushed and crumbled over it. And then we are going to put another layer of cornmeal. Welcome if you're new to my channel. This is Baklava Maora. I'm making corn fli, which is made a traditional Albanian dish. Summer onions and spinach and feta. The combination of 3, it's to die for. It's so delicious. You can't stop eating this dish. I'm telling you all, guys, you make this dish and really it's outside the world how delicious the combination of all of those ingredients together. So now I'm putting some dry cornmeal on top. You don't need to wet this. You just add dry cornmeal evenly all across the top. I want to say about a cup and a half or 2, just the same amount as the bottom, but this is dry. So we're adding now half a cup of cold water with 4 tablespoons of yogurt mixture. And we're going to add 1 egg to this. Mix it together and just spread it all around and make sure that it's all incorporated, all the mixture, it's wet before you put it in the oven. So we're just going to spread this with a spoon gently and make sure there's enough liquid on top. So this is going to give it a nice crust, and it's going to taste like you just, it's just so crunchy, so delicious, and the colors, and absolutely this calls it's called a summer dish because it's just beautiful. It's green, it's beautiful, and make sure you don't spill it too. Oops. And you just add to the whole mixture slowly, and then you add on top of this. We're going just to design it with a fork quick before it starts to clump up and dry on you. So we're going just to design it with a fork, some lines, or you could just leave it plain, no problem. This just gives it a little good texture. And then we're going to add some bits of butter on top. So something softened butter. We're just going to spread it all over, little bits of butter. And then we're going to put a dish underneath this, another pan, a larger pan. This is heavy cast iron. So just in case it bubbles out and you're not prepared to clean the stove and a smoke and a grease, trust me, people, you should put another pan underneath. Thank you for watching. Until next time, don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment. Spakla Mara.